I have the privilege of introducing our next speaker, Jon Khoury. He is the executive director of the Cottonwood Center for Arts. This is an organization that is working to create a thriving arts district in the downtown community of Colorado Springs. John is a Colorado College graduate, and he returned home to Colorado Springs in 2012 after representing artists and musicians in New York City for about 25 years. But what you really need to know about this man, about this stud really, is that he was awarded Mover and Shaker in Arts. He was also awarded 7 People to Know in the Arts in Colorado Springs. And also awarded, I know, just collecting awards. He was also awarded the Cultural White Knight by the Colorado Springs Independent. So let's welcome this stud to the stage as he shares.
Thanks, Yemi. Good evening. Such a privilege to be here. Okay, so how can you become an artist at anything that you do? The slides behind me, as you see, are people who I consider to be artists. They're not necessarily traditional painters or sculptors or dancers, but they are artists. So how can you become an artist at anything you do? Well, the first thing you have to know is, where does art come from? The answer to that question lies not in anything to do with what you're looking at. So there's 3 red lights above my slides. Put your focus a little bit up there for a second and try not to look at me. And try to go inside that place where you're not thinking so much about your appearance, where you're kind of in that intimate spot of yourself that you think you're the only one that knows about. So in other words, sometimes when you get up in the morning and you look in the mirror, yes, you're looking at your hair and you're brushing your teeth, but you're also inside this other place, that really quiet spot inside of you. The best place to find it is actually when you look down and you find that place in you that is actually where art comes from. Again, you could be, and you guys know, there are people that are artists that are just amazing. Look at dancers, piano players, singers. And then look at other people that push brooms or park cars. And you can see that for some of them, there's an art in there. There's such a joy to what they're doing because they're in such that place that they don't think anyone else knows about, and they're willing to let it out. That is how you become an artist at anything you do. And what you find when you're in that place is that the most personal things are the most universal. So don't ever think you're alone. You're not. Okay, part 2. There are 4 pillars necessary for you to really be able to follow look at these 2, to be an artist at what you do. The first pillar is differentiation. You've got to be different from everybody else. This is awesome for business people too. I know Andrew Hirschberger is going to love this. Big giant pillar, differentiation. How am I different? Why is my business different? Second pillar, relevance. Is what I'm doing relevant? It better be. And then what you do is you flip those 2 and you have what I call relevant differentiation. Being different for the sake of being different does not get you very far. You need that second piece, which is relevance. The third, look at that dancer. The third pillar, and it's a little bit smaller than the other 2, is quality. What is the quality and esteem of what I do? What does my business do? Differentiation, relevant differentiation, quality of my work, and finally, beautiful flower, familiarity. And that's where opportunity lies for every person, for every business. And in that space, you find art. And if you remember that the most personal things are the most universal, and you combine that with how you need to differentiate yourself, make yourself relevant, make sure the quality of your stuff is good, and finally come to familiarity, you become an artist. And when you get there, you will know, you will be recognized for that, and you will be in a place that you are meant to be. And trust me when I tell you, whether you're a